Choosing the right specs for your PC can feel overwhelming, even for beginners and for people who already have experience with PC building. Every year, new models hit the market with upgraded specs, making it a tough decision. Should you prioritize performance or stick to your budget? And with so many options out there, where do you even start? Don't worry, we got you covered. And in this video, we're breaking down the best PC build for digital artists and designers like you, worth 75,000 pesos, from the mass house specs to our top component recommendations. First up, software. Because before we talk about any hardware, you need to understand what you are building this PC for to actually run it. A lot of software programs that digital artists and designers use every day runs best on Windows. These programs are Adobe Photoshop for photo editing and digital painting, Adobe Illustrator for vector graphics, logos, and brand design, Blender for 3D modeling, sculpting, animation, and rendering, Figma for UI and UX design, and Canva for a beginner-friendly template-based tool material used for social media marketing. All of these programs run best on Windows, so our build runs on Windows 11 Pro, and all of them have real hardware requirements. The question is, what do you actually need to run them all? Don't worry, we compared all of the options, and we are going to walk you through every single component. And here is a quick look at what our software demands from the hardware. As you can see, most of these apps need at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, a dedicated graphics card with 4 gigs of VRAM, and a fast multi-core processor. And realistically, you want more than the minimum if you are going to run several of these at the same time. Our build covers all of this comfortably. Now, let us get into the specs, starting with the components. But first, meet the team. I am Pressy. With me are Trish, who will explain exactly why color accuracy on your monitor is a big deal. Jay, who takes GPU and RAM decisions very personally. Faye, who research every storage drive and power supply so you do not have to. And Anjani, who will bring it all together at the end. Together, we are Madiscartes. Let us get into it.
So, the monitor. And I know this sounds like just a screen, but for digital artists, it is actually one of the most critical choices in the whole build. Here's the thing. If your monitor shows you the wrong colors, you design in the wrong colors. And then your client, your professor, or the print shop sees something completely different from what you intended. A monitor that lies about colors is a real professional problem. What you actually need is a Delta E score below 2. Delta E measures color accuracy. How far off a display color is from what it should actually be. Scientists say below 2 is where the human eye literally cannot tell the difference anymore. That is the standard for professional design monitors. We look at three options. The ViewSonic P2756 4K at around 25,500. Stunning 4K in gray color, but it took too much of our budget away from the CPU and GPU. The Asus TUF VG27AQ at around 15,900. 165Hz gaming monitor. Fast but prefer speed, not color accuracy. For design work, that is a deal breaker. So, our pick is the Asus ProArt P278QV at around 13,500. Factory calibrated out of the box, Delta E under 2, 100% sRGB, 100% Rec 709, fully adjustable stand, color accurate, professional, and honestly, a great deal at this price point. Next, the CPU or processors. Think of this as the brain of the home build. It runs your software, handles calculations, and manages everything happening at the same time. For digital designers, you need a processor that can multitask well, like running a Blender render in the background while Premiere Pro is exporting and Photoshop is still open. What it requires is lots of cores, lots of threads, and a high clock speed. Cores are like workers. Threads are the task each worker can handle at once. Clock speed, measured in gigahertz, is how fast each worker processes one task. More of all three means smoother multitasking. We compared two options. The Intel Core i5-14600K at around 16,000 pesos. Fast cheap, but it uses Intel's LGA 1700 socket. Our motherboard uses AMD's AN5 socket. they are physically incompatible. That knocks it out entirely. So, our pick is the AMD Ryzen 7 9700X at around 16,500. 8 cores, 16 threads, maximum boost clock of 5.5 GHz. Excellent for both fast single app tasks like Photoshop and heavy multi-core work like Blender and Array. And it only uses 65 watts of power, nearly half of comparable Intel chips under load. Lower temperatures, quieter fans, and lower electricity bills every month. Realistically, this is exactly the chip a digital artist needs.
Our pick is the NVIDIA RTX 5060 at around 20,000. Brand new Blackwell architecture, 3,840 CLB cores, 8 GB of super fast GDDR7 memory, and 5th generation TI processors powering DLSS 4. Blender renders faster, Photoshop neural filters run in time. Premiere Pro exports fly, and it costs less than the older 486 Ti while beating it in performance. And if you are serious about rendering, this is the pick. ROG Strix B860 at around 12,000. Excellent board, but the extra 4,000 is over our pick adds nothing meaningful for our use case. Our pick is the Gigabyte 850M Force Wi-Fi at around 8,000. AM5 socket DDR5 with AMD X4 for automatic RAM speed boosting. PCIe 5.0 for the GPU, and Wi-Fi 6E bitrate in and an M.2 Gen 5 slot for future storage upgrades. The B850 chipset is the sweet spot. It's more capable than other B650 boards and way more than affordable than the premium X870E here. Everything we need, nothing we don't.
Our pick is the Samsung 990 EVO Plus at around 4,500 pesos. Sequential reads of up to 7,250 megabytes per second. For comparison, a standard USB flash drive does around 30 to 100. This SSD is over 70 times faster. Large Photoshop files open in seconds. 4K video experts finish faster. And Samsung has one of the best reliability records in the storage industry. For a work machine that you use every day, that matters a lot. The Deepcool AK400 is rated for 220 watts, almost 4 times what our CPU needs. That means it runs quietly and keeps temperatures comfortable even during demanding creative workloads. One of the most recommended budget coolers available right now at 1,800 pesos. And you still want to be comfortable with your setup, especially if you are spending long hours designing. So choose a case that fits everything well and has good airflow. We went with a TechWare Nexus M at 2,200 pesos. Mesh front panel for airflow, tempered glass side so you can see the build, pre-installed fans. But honestly, the reason we especially love this pick is that Techwear is a Philippine brand. We are UPOU students, and choosing local means supporting our own tech industry while staying within budget. And the product itself is genuinely great. That is the Madiscarte move.
So now you know the specs. Here are top picks based on performance, price, and overall value for our digital artists and designers. Our total lands at 75,700 pesos, right at our 75,000 pesos target. Prices may vary depending on current promos at Easy PC, PC Express, or Game One, so always check before you buy. Ryzen 7 9700X and RTX 5060 for power and efficiency, 32GB of DDR5 6000, and the Samsung 990 EVO Plus, so memory and storage never slow you down. Pro Art monitors, so the colors you design are the colors that actually get seen. Gold PSU, solid cooler, and a Filipino-made case. Almost done. Just 3 quick things to wrap up. First, the operating system. Pixel Perfect runs Windows 11 Pro 64-bit. It has the best compatibility with all of our software, supports direct storage for file loading from our NVMe SSD, and works seamlessly with NVIDIA's CUDA drivers. Simple choice. Second, the software lineup. This build runs the full Adobe Creative Suite, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and Premiere Pro, plus Blender for 3D, Figma and Canva for UI and layout work, DaVinci Resolve for professional video editing, and the usual utilities. Everything a digital artist needs. And third, is this build eco-friendly? Actually, yes. The 80 Plus Gold PSU wastes less electricity than heat. The Ryzen 9700X uses only 65 watts, nearly half of comparable Intel chips. The RTX 5060 Blackwell architecture is more efficient per watt than the last generation. Our build is 100% solid state, so no power-hungry spinning drives. The AM5 platform means you upgrade components, not the whole PC, reducing e-waste. And Techwear is a Filipino brand, local supply chain, and smaller shipping footprint. We thought about this. It matters. Every single component on this list was chosen because it's the best fit for a digital artist's workflow at this budget. Not the flashiest, not the one with the most RGB lights, the one that actually makes your creative software run better, faster, and more reliably over time. ProArt monitor for color accuracy, Ryzen 9700X for efficient multi-core performance and future-proof platform, RTX 5060 for CUDA support and the best value in its generation, 32GB of DDR5 because 16 is not enough anymore, Samsung 990 Evo Plus because your workflow should not wait for your files to load, and Techwear because we are proud to choose a Filipino brand.